Welcome back to Grace Meets Globe. This is Grace, and in this video, I will break down the new TSA rules on traveling with medication. If you're flying in 2025 with prescription meds, biologics, or medical devices, stop right there. The TSA just rolled out quiet new rules that could cost you delays, or worse, confiscation. Nobody wants their trip interrupted because they didn't know the latest guidelines. You're excited to finally get your vacation started, you're already running late, and then you get stuck in security because of a misunderstanding about your medications. It's stressful, and honestly, completely avoidable. I'll walk you through exactly how to pack, declare, and travel with medications safely, whether you're headed cross-country or traveling internationally. We're talking step-by-step instructions to make sure you're covered. Think of it as your personal travel hack for smooth sailing through airport security. We'll break down TSA rules, international travel tips, new tech updates, and show you how to avoid the #1 mistake travelers make. Plus, I'll give you a rundown of the must-have items I never travel without. Good news. Most prescription and over-the-counter medications are allowed on flights. Pills, creams, and even liquid meds are fine, but liquids over 3.4 ounces must be declared at security. Always pack your meds in your carry-on, not checked bags. Bring a copy of your prescription or doctor's note, especially for large quantities or complex meds. When it comes to international travel, things get a little more, shall we say, interesting. Every country has its own set of rules and regulations regarding medications. Some medications that are common here in the US might be illegal in other countries. Can you imagine that? That's why it's crucial to check with the embassy or consulate of the country you're visiting well in advance. Their websites are usually a great resource for this type of information. You can also check out the U.S. Department of State's travel website. They have a section specifically dedicated to traveling with medications. And just like with domestic travel, always pack your medications in your carry-on. Lost luggage is a bummer no matter what. But it's even worse when you're in a foreign country and don't have access to your meds. It's all about minimizing stress, right? Another pro tip for international travel is to keep your medications in their original packaging whenever possible. This just makes it super easy for customs officials to identify what you have and ensures that all the important information, like dosage instructions and your name, is readily available. Okay, so you've got your TSA-approved medications sorted, you've checked the regulations for your destination. Now let's talk about how to pack it all up like a pro. And remember, organization is key here. People. We're going for maximum efficiency and minimum stress. Always, always, always pack your medications in your carry-on bag. I know I've said it before, but it's worth repeating. Too many people have had their checked bags lost or delayed, leaving them stranded without their essential medications. And by carry-on, I don't just mean tossing your pill bottles into your backpack. You want to keep things organized and easily accessible. Invest in a good quality, clear toiletry bag, specifically for your medications. This will make it super easy for you to find what you need quickly, and also make going through security a breeze. Label everything clearly. Use big, bold letters, maybe even color-coded if you want to get fancy. The last thing you want is to be digging through your bag trying to find the right medication while holding up the security line. Let's talk about original packaging for a minute. While it's not always strictly required for domestic flights, I highly recommend keeping your medications in their original containers whenever possible. This just eliminates any confusion about what you're carrying. Think about it. Those little bottles have all the important information printed right on them. Your name, the medication name, dosage instructions, and the prescribing doctor's information. It's like having a little ID card for your meds. Now, I know what you're thinking. Those bottles can be bulky and take up precious space in your carry-on. And you're not wrong. If you're tight on space, consider using a pill organizer. But here's the key. Keep a copy of your prescription or a doctor's note with the organizer to avoid any issues. Remember, the name of the game here is clarity and transparency. You want to make it as easy as possible for TSA agents to identify your medications and ensure that everything is above board. This not only speeds up the screening process for everyone, but also gives you peace of mind, knowing that you're covered. All right, guys, let's talk about what to do when you get to the airport. First and foremost, don't be afraid to speak up. When you're going through security, it's super important to let the TSA officer know that you're traveling with medications. You don't have to shout it from the rooftops. A simple, "Hey, I have prescription medications in my bag," will do the trick. This just gives them a heads up so they know what to expect during the screening process. Being upfront and honest makes the whole process smoother for everyone. The TSA officers are there to help, and they're used to dealing with passengers who have medications. Remember, it's all about safety and efficiency. In the next section, we'll dive into what happens after you declare your meds, including the visual inspection process. Stay tuned. So, you've declared your meds. What's next? The TSA officer might ask to visually inspect your medications. Don't worry, this is standard procedure. They might ask you to open your bags, show them the prescription labels, and maybe even take a closer look at the medication itself. If you're uncomfortable with your medication being handled, just let them know. You can always request a visual inspection only. This means they won't touch your meds, but they'll still need to take a good look to ensure everything is good to go. If you have any medical devices, like syringes, EpiPens, or insulin pumps, this is the time to mention those too. These will require additional screening, but TSA officers are trained to handle these situations with care and discretion. The key takeaway here is don't stress. This is all part of the process to keep everyone safe while traveling. Up next, we'll be jet setting over to international travel tips. You don't want to miss it. All right, Globetrotters. Traveling internationally with medications comes with its own set of guidelines. Before you even pack your bags, it's crucial to check the specific rules and regulations of your destination country. Every country has its own set of laws regarding medications, and what flies in the US might not fly elsewhere. Some countries have restrictions on certain drugs or require special permits for narcotics or psychotropic substances. The best way to stay in the clear? Check the website of the embassy or consulate of the country you're visiting. They usually have a dedicated section for travelers with information on medications and required documentation. Remember, it's your responsibility to be informed and follow the rules. Doing your homework beforehand can save you a lot of hassle and potential legal issues down the line. When traveling internationally with medication, documentation is your best friend. Always carry a copy of your prescriptions from your doctor, making sure it includes your name, the medication name, dosage, and your doctor's contact information. This proves to customs officials that your medications are legally prescribed. And why not go the extra mile? Get a letter from your doctor explaining your medical condition and the need for your medications. This is especially helpful if you're carrying a larger quantity or something that might raise questions. Having all your documentation ready will make customs a breeze. It shows you're prepared and organized, which really helps with different regulations and languages. So remember, when it comes to international travel and medications, being informed and prepared is key. And make sure your travel insurance covers medical expenses abroad. Safety first, always. The TSA is rolling out new tech in 2025 to make travel smoother. Think biometric ID and digital prescriptions. Just scan your face, and your boarding pass, ID, and medication info are instantly verified. No more paper prescriptions. Store them securely on your phone for easy access. Always check the TSA website or app for the latest updates before you fly. Digital prescriptions are changing how we travel with medications. They're secure, easy to access, and reduce the risk of errors or lost paperwork. But not every pharmacy or country accepts them yet. So, always carry a printed backup, just in case technology fails. All right, we've talked about the rules, the procedures, and the exciting new tech coming to an airport near you. Now, let's get down to the nitty-gritty, packing those must-have items to ensure your medications stay safe, secure, and easily accessible throughout your journey. Preparation is key, and having these essentials on hand will give you that extra peace of mind. First and foremost, let's talk about medication organization. Nobody wants to be digging through a chaotic bag at the security checkpoint, right? Invest in a good quality, TSA-approved medication organizer. Look for one with multiple compartments, clear labels, and maybe even a cool design that speaks to your travel style. Next up, we need to address temperature control, especially for medications that require refrigeration. Now, I know what you're thinking. Lugging around a cooler is not exactly convenient. Don't worry, I've got you covered. There are fantastic, compact travel coolers specifically designed for medications. These lifesavers come in various sizes and use ice packs to keep your meds at the optimal temperature. And hey, speaking of temperature, don't forget about those extreme weather conditions. If you're traveling to a particularly hot or cold destination, consider using insulated bags or pouches to protect your medications from extreme temperatures. Traveling with medications, documentation is key. Make sure your prescription labels are clear and attached to your medication containers. Carry a copy of your prescription and a medication list from your pharmacist. Check your destination's rules. Some countries need extra paperwork. Keep everything organized and accessible. Stay prepared. And there you have it, my friends. Flying with medications doesn't have to be a nightmare. Remember, knowledge is power, and by being prepared and informed, you can navigate the airport like a pro and enjoy a stress-free journey. Know your rights, prepare ahead, and never leave meds in checked luggage. Got questions? Drop them below. I answer every comment. Like if you learned something, subscribe for more travel hacks every week, and share this video with anyone you know traveling with meds. Safe travels and happy adventures.